Hi Pisces, it's Cherry Enchantress here from Pixie Dust Tarot. You're my last one. I'm sighing. I'm sighing a sigh of relief. Anyway, I'm sighing a relief feeling here. Thank you so much for stopping by at Pixie Dust Tarot. We're having a twin flame reading here. This is something that I started back in May, and I've been doing it monthly now for few months, and I'm enjoying this kind of journey, twin flame journey, see how our relationships are developing over the months. There is a spread that I have in my booklet that I use in my tarot deck, and it's called the Twin Flame Spread. And if you would like to check out what that looks like, check out the general message for the Twin Flame Masculine and Feminine for the month of October, or any of the months, and you'll see how that spread works. What it is, it's comparing the masculine with the feminine, his feelings to her feelings, his thoughts to her thoughts, his hopes and fears to her hopes and fears, his actions with her actions. Now, this side is going to represent the masculine, and this one the feminine. Pisces, sun, moon, rising, or any other placement. But this month I'm featuring the moon signs because it is the month of Halloween and spooky and moon feelings and moods, and also just, oftentimes we will follow the moon sign because our moon sign represents how we interpret things in an emotional way, and the moon's always changing, and so our moods are often changing along with the mood as well. We're quite affected by the moon, just like the tides are. We are 80% water, and that's why we are actually represented by are very much like water signs, and very affected by the moon, like other bodies of water. Okay, sorry, I'm a little bit slap happy now. Anyway, so this month you're having a balance of spirituality and practicality, and the Pisces new moon is all about meditating and contemplating. So in general, Pisces is going to be a very spiritual kind of influence no matter what happens. So I'm saying masculine and feminine, but it doesn't necessarily mean male and female. Your masculine, feminine, male, female are different. A lot of times you can be masculine and it'd be a woman. So and all of us do have the male and the female aspects inside us, so that's something that we have to balance, or not, I shouldn't say male or female, but the masculine and the feminine aspects. So for the masculines this month, I'm using the Wizards Tarot, and for the feminines, I'm using the Witches Tarot, Wizards and Witches, for our reading this month. And I like doing that every month, matching up the cards, the decks, and sort of a theme. Okay, so I've had the unicorns and the mermaids. If you saw that one, you probably would like that one too. That was a couple months ago. Anyway, and then every month I've been using the romance angels for the masculine and the romantic fairy for the feminine. And so, like I said, male, female, masculine, feminine, his or hers. I'm using his or hers, he and she pronouns, but definitely change that up to put yourself where you see yourself, and if you don't resonate with any particular pronoun, then just ignore the pronouns too. So first we're going to get sort of like this general message, this general atmosphere for the masculine, the divine masculine, for the month of October, Pisces, moon, sun, rising, or other placements. All right, let's see. What is the general message here? Ooh, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Nice. So it is all up to you. It's all in your hands. It could happen at any moment. It's just a matter of feeling clear about it, having a clarity. That's good. And that makes me think, I mean, it's too soon to say, but I feel like you're going to have a bigger message in another reading, you know, in one of the other signs. So definitely look up every placement, you know, look up your rising and your moon, look up Venus, even look up your north node if you feel so inclined. There's a lot of different placements that you can look up that will give you a bigger message. So let's just keep going with this one though. I'm excited. Let's see about the feminines now. Pisces feminines, the divine feminine message here for the month of October. General message, general atmosphere. Ooh, you got divine timing. Your love life will soon experience a serendipitous event. Wow, so it is about, this is a soon over here, and this is a divine timing, which to me represents that soon is your divine timing, like any time now. This could be coming through for you. Alrighty, so let's keep going. I'm just trying to make sure I got enough room for everything. All right, let's now go to the masculine and see how the masculine is feeling. How is the masculine feeling in the month of October towards his feminine? Pisces, moon, sun, rising. He is, oh, I like this. I haven't seen this one yet. Six of Cups is coming out, and along with the Queen of Cups, which is you. You're the Queen of Cups. So you're loving energy here. But, you know, there is a chance that the Pisces masculine here is connecting with another feminine water sign, like Scorpio, Cancer, or another Pisces. But look, we've got the Six of Cups. So there's this reciprocated feeling. Look at that, how cute. There's like little decorations on the shelf and stuff. This seems like a home, and it seems like maybe Halloween. It also kind of feels like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like this kind of feeling like, hey, your mom is a witch, you know? So let's see what else we can learn about this particular Six of Cups from the Wizard's Tarot. This is so cute. The Six of Cups is all about nostalgia, of course. It's kind of like, it could be twin flame recognition. So some of you may not yet be in, or may not have experienced twin flame relationship, or just at the very beginning of it, where you're just barely recognizing it. It's also can also represent a relationship that's been around for a long time, you know, or a connection that you've had for a very long time, and you're thinking of feeling those happy memories bubble up again, feeling the kindnesses and this sort of innocence and selflessness that you share together. There's generosity here, a feeling of wanting to have like these just innocent pleasures. You know, it's funny because Aquarius just left off of like that on the feminine side, so you could be connecting with Aquarius, but it was sort of this kind of innocent feeling, like wanting to get back to the good old days kind of feeling, you know. And then there's also this sense of, you know, having a connection through like pop culture and things like that, where you're just, yeah, I like that too, and yeah, I like that too, that kind of feeling. So it's funny because I think a lot of first meetings, whether it's your, you know, a twin flame connection or one of those higher soulmate level connections, it starts off a lot like that. Like you feel like you have so much in common, the things that you were raised, like nostalgic things, you know, and the culture of your your growing up is so similar, and so that's where you start connecting. So that's lovely. I think there's this feeling of connecting right off the bat here. Let's see now, what is the divine feminine feeling toward the masculine? And I love this because there's like, I mean, maybe, I know this little boy is quite young, but okay, let's say for example, I am 12 or 13 years older than my twin flame, and sometimes I think of this, it's like, what if I had met him when I was 20? You know, it would have been looked just like this, you know. But yeah, thank goodness it didn't happen then. That would have felt really awkward and strange. But I feel like a lot of, you know, crushes, you know, when young men have crushes on their teachers and things like that, I think that stems from something like that, like this connection, this feeling towards someone, even when you're years apart, even when you thank you even when you yeah, and then in the reverse can happen a lot too, where you know, much older, like when you're in, you know, in the older ages, like you're connecting with somebody who's like in their 70s or 80s or something, and it just feels really weird. You don't really do anything about it romantically, but yet you can't help this connection. And I've heard that kind of story happen sometimes too. But anyway, I'm not saying this is where you are at now. I'm just saying you might maybe think about that, like, hey, you know, you were like, you know, jamming on, you know, you were having a good time in the 90s or whatever, but you know, I remember the 80s for me were my big my big moments. Anyway, so yeah, something like that. I don't know why that popped in my head. Aw. All right, let's see now what divine feminine's feelings are here. What are the divine feminine's feelings in the month of October towards her divine masculine? Pisces, moon, sun, rising, and other placements. What is she feeling? Could be about the connection. Let's see what we got. Oh, nice. The feels are really feeling. I like it when in the feeling placement we have feelings. We have love. She is overwhelming, abundant love here. All she can think of is how much she loves her divine masculine, and how much she just wants to connect and be with him and feel attached to him and share things. And you know, it's letting go of ego and everything else and just pure unconditional love. And this also could represent births and weddings and happy news and celebrations. And this is definitely a psychic connection to a lot of creativity and healing. And yep, the water element here. It's very potent in pure form of femininity. All right, now let's see. How is the divine masculine? What is he thinking of in the month of October towards his divine feminine? Moon, sun, Pisces moon, sun, Aquarius, not Aquarius, Pisces moon, sun, rising, Venus, I don't know, but not Aquarius. I don't know, maybe you, like, I know one month I accidentally called Pisces Aquarius, but there's some of you out there that are cusping or maybe have some Aquarius in your chart as well, so that could be a reason why. And yeah, like I said, in Aquarius, there was it ended sort of how this one is beginning. Okay, so what are these thoughts? Ooh, Nine of Swords is not a good thought. Okay, some sad thoughts. What does the sad thoughts have to, what are they about? So I feel like some thoughts are very harsh. You know, they're bad dreams or anxiety, depression sometimes. The Knight of Pentacles is at least some hope, but I think it can also be a little frustrating because look at all these clocks. It's like, well, time is moving so slow, you know. Maybe there is a connection, like an age difference problem here. and thinking, well, I want to be with this person, but I'm going to have to wait a long while before age-wise we're appropriate for each other, or something like that. And that happens a lot in twin flames relationship. So it makes them a little like, yeah, just, oh, look at the clock again. What is this going on here with all these clocks? It's like, time, 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 see what's become of me. There's just, what is going on with the time? Or, and then also, like, it could be this hopeless feeling like I'll never connect with my twin flame. Maybe they already passed, maybe they're too old, maybe something else. But divine timing is here. So don't be hopeless. There is a slow movement, but the feeling, I mean, the thoughts are that this is going to take so long. Let's look into this just a little bit more, Pisces. So definitely with the Knight, the bad news with the Knight is that they're the slowest. But he knows that the timing is important and will wait for the perfect moment before acting. The good news is that he's also the most reliable of all the Knights and can be trusted with anything, any job, and his word is his bond, like you can trust him. When he commits, he means it. He sometimes this overcautiousness though can be a weakness. So he needs to learn how to risk. Maybe there is a fear of taking risks here, the fear of the unknown and taking a risk. And sometimes he gets stuck in a rut. Okay. And that could be the depression, the thinking these dark thoughts, these negative thoughts. And so it's it's a 9, the 9 of Pentacles, or 9 of Swords. Well, we have the 9 of Swords too. Yeah, the 9 of Swords is yeah, definitely. Sometimes it's like overthinking, and not being able to fall asleep or sleep well because your thoughts are just grabbing you. But it's definitely this sort of feeling of despair because of this time constraints, time issues, time constraints, or perceptions, because this is not what one of the key things about a lot of the swords and some of the cups too is that some of these things are perceptions, especially in the minor arcana. Major arcana is something you can't like overlook. That's the outside forces. But minor arcana, a lot of time, is your own doing. This is, yeah, definitely sadness, regret, and repentance. Maybe, there's regret here that he didn't get to you in time, or some kind of time issue because yeah, he didn't get to you. And emotions. So there, yeah, it's important to move on though. Like, it's not, maybe there was somebody that passed. Maybe there's a widow here. But even if you were widowed and had a widower and had a love, you can have a new love again. Maybe just, I don't know. These thoughts are too dark, and they can be changed, it can be turned around. So come on, Pisces, don't get too depressed and into your water essence. Water is good for emotions, but you have to learn how to balance your emotions. All right, let's see now. What is the divine feminine thinking? See, here's one of the cases. This is interesting because here's one of the cases where we've and some of the earlier readings, like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and even Cancer, there was the chicken or the egg with which came first, thoughts or the feelings, because in the feelings category, thoughts kept coming up. Well, now we have the reverse. We have We have definitely cups and feelings, which is good, but we have feelings and thoughts. We have emotions, overwhelming emotions, and then the difficult swords in the thoughts. You know, like the swords that go, that are, this our ego, and not so much our spirituality. It's time to tap into your spirituality and not so much in the dark thoughts that are plagued to you by, that come from the ego, from the matrix, from this outside world, from the pressures of society, and not from the truth within. Let's keep looking. All right, let's see what the well, I don't need to shuffle again. Let's see what the Divine Feminine's thoughts are in the month of October towards her masculine, towards her Divine Masculine. I keep seeing the images of my dream, but I can't like form the, like, but this whole reading I've been seeing flashes of my dream popping up, and especially with Pisces, dreams are going to be important. So I'm going to keep going though. So I'm going to interrupt this reading anymore. Okay, so the thoughts towards the masculine. Well, this is good. You got the Knight of Wands. Great, because Knight of Wands represents fire energy, excitement, enthusiasm, high energy, action, adventure, seeking. So her thoughts definitely are not the same as the masculine's thoughts here. The feminine's thoughts are thinking that her masculine is strong and brave and mighty and sure of himself and ambitious, and also being fire. She recognizes that he is the twin flame. He may be a little young, or he may be a little inexperienced, or maybe he's just a little bit more you know, a passionate lover type, and not so much the stable you know, father authority type. But he has potential, definitely has potential to be his full divine masculine self. So that's what she's thinking, and I think those are nice thoughts. Okay, so let's see what the divine masculine is. What are his hopes or fears? But I would rather see some hopes here. What are the divine masculine's hopes towards the feminine, or himself, or the relationship for Pisces, moon, sun, rising, or other placements in the month of October? What are the divine masculine's hopes? What are his hopes here? What are the divine masculine's hopes? Okay, nice. Good hope. Oh, very good. So you have the Ace of Swords. He's hoping for kind of a fresh start, an epiphany, insight, clarity, the truth. You know, he wants to know the truth. And he has the High Priestess here too. So really great combination, because with the High Priestess, he'll move past all of these fears of the unknown and go into his intuition again, which is what the Pisces needs to do. He needs to tap back into his intuition. So the Ace of Swords is logic and intellect and reason and truth. This is a victory though, and it's a great decision because you have this clarity now. So the divine masculine has an action plan. He's ready to take on this task, to bring justice into the situation. He has new knowledge, and he's going to communicate his truth. And then the High Priestess is this beautiful energy of intuition again, and initiation and mystery, and there is silence, you know, there's a secretiveness about the High Priestess, but it's not out of deception. It's keeping certain things close to the chest that are holy, that are divine, that are sacred. Sacred knowledge, sacred things are meant to be kept close to the chest. And she also has this wisdom and understanding and intuition and insight It's all about the subconscious. There is a future here, but it's not yet revealed, and she can see it, or he can see it, using his divine feminine powers here. He has to tap into his feminine, or he has to connect psychically to his feminine energy, or his feminine twin flame, his counterpart. But there is a psychic connection. So he's hoping that he can get to this point where he can connect, and he can have a clarity, to a connection and a clarity. All right, so let's see what the divine feminine is hoping for towards her masculine in the month of October. Pisces, moon, sun, rising, and other placements. And she's hoping for also a kind of truth, but more in this feminine energy, you know, using her female intuition. So that's good. It's kind of like this. It's like both of these are like her. She's also hoping for equilibrium, temperance, moderation, being able to balance things and blend things. She's kind of hoping that he sees that they're a good match and that they're a good combination. They're elements. They have an alchemical connection that blends really well. I'll tilt this on, you see it better here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I feel like she's hoping for pretty much what the same thing as the divine masculine. Pisces is hoping for a deepening of the connection, and also this ability to feel moderate and not to like. Maybe she's hoping that he can find some moderation in his emotions, but she's feeling it already. She's already has the moderation. She's cool, collected, tempered, and maybe he feels a little out of control and he needs a little bit more help. And she's sending him loving, tempered thoughts here. All right, let's see now what the final actions are going to be for the divine masculine in the month of October. All right, we have the Four of Cups. Now, I don't see the Four Cups as such a bad thing. I see, because we have this guy is in a library, and so he's gaining more knowledge. So instead of going back into despair, he's staying in his high priestess mode and just really researching things a lot. So there is this slow moving energy, but there is a lot of knowledge and research going on in order for the masculine to get to the point where he feels good in the connection. He understands the bigger picture. Wow, this Pisces energy is so intense though, especially for the masculine, but it's definitely a growing experience for him. So what the Pisces masculine really needs to do in this situation is get out of his room, get out of his office. I feel like I know what this is. This is like depending on book smarts to be your smarts, but really I think you can gain knowledge from all sources, but you shouldn't rely purely on book smarts for your smarts. Experiencing the world, traveling is one of the most important things that you can do. And Pisces love to travel, and they definitely are great at traveling through their minds, but they really should try to, this particular Pisces reading is about your action should and needs to be traveling physically, like getting out of the office, getting out of the room, getting out of those books, finding something fresh and new to wash away these doldrums. There is in this image though, there is this promise. There are the cups right there, this shiny new cup. Where's the shiny new one? Right there. Anyway, There's several cups here, and one is very shiny. That one looks pretty shiny back there. And the shiny new cup is glittering for his attention. Okay, so it's behind him. He doesn't see it. He doesn't see the possibility yet. And if he rests his eyes where that cup is, then he can see the possibilities. But now his eyes are averted, diverted, and he's not seeing the possibilities here. He's too stuck on the negatives, the impossible, the thinking that things cannot happen the way he wishes them, because he's not thinking outside the box enough. He's just stuck in the knowledge that he's already seen before him, like the day before, instead of reaching for new possibilities. So, well, this is the only reading of all the readings where the masculine has ended in an action that wasn't really much of an action, or there was a warning for this action. If you stay in that, you're not going to get anywhere. So you have to get out of the office. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. Get out of the office, get out of your library, go explore. Let's see now what the feminine is going to do. I think the feminine's got a better idea of how to pursue her dreams. The masculine is stuck in the doldrums. Let's see now. The feminine, divine feminine for the month of October, Pisces, moon, sun, rising, and other placements. We have, wow, nice. Okay, so she does have the right idea. We've got the Six of Wands, which is the famous person. So she could be, the divine feminine here could be connecting with a famous person, or she could be getting very well known and achieving a lot of recognition and admiration from the outside world. I think there is a possibility that maybe the feminine could have been connecting with someone that could have been her twin flame, and maybe she's realizing there's a different person that's a twin flame, or that and look at them marching in on their horses. So there could be this issue, like maybe there's, okay, so a lot of twin flames have obstacles. On the masculine side, his obstacle could be age difference. On the feminine side, the obstacle could be status and fame. And when it comes to, being connected to a famous person, that brings on a whole lot of challenges, because you don't know if the famous person doesn't know if you like them for themselves, and you don't know and you feel kind of like not on their level because they're famous and you're just a regular person. And so that can be another thing that sometimes gets in the middle of, kind of like the third party or the karmic. It's that third thing that interrupts or disrupts or forces you to look beyond, so you can find your own strength and your own courage and your own power, so let's see what else we can find out. There is, but in a general sense, the feminine is going to find her victory because she has self-love, and there's achievement here. There's recognition for doing great deeds and being positive and rising above. She's going to get so many compliments and a lot of success in the month of October, and a lot of rewards after hard work. So that's really good. Like, I definitely don't think that these two Pisces are connecting. I don't know, but the masculine here needs a lot of work. The feminine is doing pretty good, connecting spiritually and feeling good about herself And I feel like that if this masculine Pisces is connecting with the feminine Pisces, then he can actually learn from her, as she is the high priestess and knows how to handle the spirit world. I think he's challenged with the spirit world, maybe because he has so many afflicted placements in his chart. So if you're a masculine, divine masculine Pisces, and you know the other placements of your chart, check those out and see if you can get any other clues in your zodiac, to see if there's a way out of this situation, because I feel like it's depression and anxiety and stagnation, not able to see how to get out of your position, of your situation. Let's see what the charms have to say, though. Okay. All right. So the charms are for everybody. Well, for both sides here. We have the marble. The green marble represents earth, so this could be a physical union for people, a connection. Ooh, we've got the masculine ring here, the male ring, which represents, could be for some men, or masculines out there, removing their ring, which means, like, splitting up with somebody, or putting on their ring, which means making a commitment. And then we have the red thread, like there's this bond that never can be broken. They're the two people that are tied together, and there's no way to separate them. There is the angel. There's this relationship, these connections are being strongly protected by a guardian angel here. We have the Saturn, or I don't know why I call it Saturn. It's not Saturn. The robot of love. It's like this little guy may seem stiff and serious on the outside, but really he's full of love and passion on the inside. So much like the Tin Man, who seeks a heart, he had the heart all along. He was the most tender of all of them, same as this little guy. And then you have the pixie dust is here to save the day. So yes, good, happy endings. And we have the unicorn, which represents the divine masculine, is here. We have a lot of pentacles. We have pentacles, which represent sturdy. We have dream. Oh, we have the little baby boy here. Baby boy. I feel like a wounded masculine here, quite wounded. That a lot of healing has to do over here. All right, and then we have the sewing machine, which represents creativity, and we have beautiful, and we have a beautiful connection, this soul connection, very romantic. And we have the number 14, so the 14th could be a special day. We have the Holy Grail of love, an overwhelming, overflowing abundance of love. And that's kind of like God's love, like the Holy Grail. And we have the world. So definitely the cure here is to get out of your house and travel the world. Then you have, and even like you may have to suffer, right? Traveling the world doesn't mean you're going to wine and dine and go all the finest places necessarily. It could be about backpacking and just go, bare minimum, and just traveling for the sake of traveling, and not being a tourist per se and spending tons of money that you don't have. It's about just like, it's like connecting to the world again. The wheel here represents cycles. So there's definitely cycles that you have to get out of, like negative patterns and cycles. There's cycles you'll have to recognize, like Mercury in retrograde and moon cycles and phases, and how they all affect you and your destination and your destiny. And how you drive, do you still steer that wheel, or do you let fate take over your life? You've got the butterfly of transformation here, And you have birds of communication. You got the Star of Hope. You got the Two of Cups. This two flowers, but it's kind of like lovers, like with the angel in the middle. So this was my very first twin flame symbol, like the lovers card. And you have mittens. I feel like mittens are important. These gloves, you need to protect your hands for any activity. So I think maybe one of your Mercury retrograde messages are protect your hands. Like make sure you have pot holders when you're taking stuff out of the oven. Make sure you wear gloves when you're touching hazardous materials, things like that. Be sure to have the proper gloves for the proper job. And then you have cherries. This is cherry blessed. And you have the book. See, it's good to go to the books for knowledge, but don't be purely in your books. Or maybe some of you are writing a book and you're having a writer's block. The best way to get out of writer's block is to just go experience life again and be in the world instead of writing about the world, you know? You have a lot of stars here, which is Spirit is telling you there's hope. Okay, keep your hope alive. You know what you could do, you know, to change your mood a little? Go play some golf or have some fun. Do some fun activities. I feel like there's so much focus maybe on work or something else that there's not enough attention on spirit on this side, on the masculine side. So keep working on that. All right, but otherwise, for the feminines, wow, very good reading. Some of you are connecting with a famous person, but whatever the issue is, you're definitely making a strong impact. Somebody's really noticing you, and you're connecting, and you're going to be victorious here. So very nice. I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that. It went kind of long because I don't know why. I felt really bad for the masculine, like I wanted to hug them and help them. And by the way, I do private readings. So if you are feeling you know, depressed in a way that's really, you're having trouble with therapy or anything like that, if you need to reach out to me, just check my email address and let me see if I can do a private reading that can help, you know, refocus things for you, help center you a little bit, make you feel a little bit better about your situation, so you can see your purpose again. Because I think sometimes people lose their purpose, their sense of purpose, and it starts to get them down a little bit. And especially if you're in a twin flame relationship that doesn't seem to be going anywhere, that can add to the, exacerbate all the other problems that you're dealing with. So definitely reach out to me. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you like that. Feminines, you're doing a great job. And also, you can reach out to me too if you want to. And check out the other signs, y'all. There are some really incredible, amazing messages in the other readings as well. All right, well, have a lovely rest of your day or night or whenever you watch this. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.